Hello, 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 everyone. Sorry, I've been told to wait a couple seconds after it starts so that way nobody's missing uh, the few seconds where I'm talking. Um, I wanted to get on today to one, always be open for questions. Two, I had a decent conversation with my mom today, and it's going to lead into the whole thing for tomorrow. Um, Basically, what had happened was I asked my mom. I filled her in on everything that's been going on, the previous woman getting out. Hey, everybody. And the fact that they depleted her savings account and she got back 163,000 or 68. It was 160 something. Um, and so it was one of those situations where it's like, hold on, I forgot to turn off my volume. That was all me, guys. I promise that was all me. Um, but so how can she have compassion for one person but can't seem to have compassion for my father? We also had a talk where she's in good standings with um the cult that we grew up in. They're still actively trying to recruit her. She says that she's never going back in, that that's the last place she would ever want to be, but she's in good standings. And so I'm not quite understanding why she doesn't help me get my dad out. She also made it a point to let me know that there were people when she was on staff. There were people that, hey, Joni, um, and there were people that had money when they went in, and so when the organization, the building, okay, whether it be AOLA, whether it be CC, whether it be ASHO, whatever it may be, when they weren't making goal for what they needed to bring in, that was basically one of those situations where it was, uh, they would go to the wealthier people that worked there and have them pay for auditing. Now, my mom had a huge issue with this, primarily because auditing is supposed to be free. Um, and it's basically one of those situations where that was one of the one of the big things that she told me today. She also made it a point to tell me in 1986 she was offered CMOI LRH Com. Um, Not quite understanding why she needed to tell me that, but they were going to finally bring her up there. And she says she turned it down because she got offered either going to Florida or keeping at her post. I didn't know that you could turn down when they were booping you up and you've made all the stats. Hold on, I want to show this real quick. Hi, SBT Tattoo Warrior. I just want to get it. I want to get that tattoo. I kind of do. Not to worry, someone's going to help us get your dad out. I hope so. I truly hope so. Um, that's one of the big things. Hi, pup groomer. Nice to see you, Snake. I know I saw Joanna. I saw Michelle. Devlin 88. I'm not really sure what your name is. But so to just continue on what I was saying, she wanted to tell me in such a way where it was like, congratulations, you won the award of not having to go to the cadet academy or having to go to the ranch. I'm so excited that you didn't go. Like, really? What was that information necessary? But then, she did say she would have chose me and left earlier. Okay, whoop de whoop. It was one of those conversations where I'm like, why can't you help my dad? And why are you telling me about other posts? Not quite understanding what's the point of this. I really want you to help me get my dad out. Like, I want you to be my mom and help me get my dad out. Not that hard, not that difficult. Um, but she's still stuck. And the best way I can explain it, she is part of the group that is stuck, that LRH had great tech, and it's just David Miscavige that's messed it up. So my mom is never going to not believe. And I just have to come to terms with that. And I wanted you guys to be there when I have my epiphany or voice my epiphany. But it was just the whole drive back to my house. I'm sitting there thinking, like, great. I just need someone to give me that nudge, help me move a step further. Yes, I'm going to continue being out and proud and yay. But I'm going to do the best that I can. And I'll continue growing. We have made the 4,000 hours. Last I checked, I needed 42 more people to subscribe. Sorry if that was loud. But yeah, I'm now at 42. So it's like 42 people. That's all I need. And then we're going to keep growing faster and faster, because once you see a channel already has a certain amount, then it'll continue to grow and grow and grow and grow. Thank you, people that are saying sorry for the mom stuff. But it does lead to my point. It's one of those situations where I had this on my mind the whole way back. Why can't she help me? Why does she think that her getting another position at a place that would have forced me to go to the ranch is a good thing? And Joni, yes, I did. It was more along the lines of, like, are you boasting? But then I get home and I'm not quite understanding what's going on. And I want to I tell my partner, this is what just happened. This is what we discussed. I talked to Vaboop. And because I was, I had a little bit of a rocky day yesterday. So I'll explain that. Then all of a sudden I get a text from, and I believe, let me just go to my phone. It'll make it so much easier, guys. Because yes, I need the reading glasses. I'm old. Okay. From Mike Brown. So he remembers my father. He knew him. And for the first time ever, it was so relieving, because he said, um, he basically stated, hold on. I said, well, when was the last time you saw my dad? So that was my question. I left Golden Era Production about 20 years ago. So about the time that I was told he was dead. That would have been about 2003. So a year before. And so then I had to turn around and ask him, what was my dad like? And so he then says that my dad was always kind to everybody. So thank you, everybody, for this. My sister that helped connect me. Thank you. We're going to figure something out, because he might be that little nudge that I need. He may be the path that I need, or whatever else. So talking to Vaboop, yesterday was a little rocky for me. Not because it was bad, the live didn't go bad, but I had always thought that I was, not going to let myself be a product of growing up in a cult. That I was not going to be abusive or be crude to people. And then I found myself having a conversation, and then there were kids in the background and I couldn't hear, and I found myself thinking, "Oh my god, my mom would have killed me if I was like this." But they were just being kids. There was nothing wrong with it. They're all sweet kids, but for some reason I kept reverting back to, great, because of how I was brought up, I'm immediately going to start referring everything to that would have never happened. And you know, do I think that children should be seen and not heard? And then, oh my God, thank God I wasn't that parent, and then turn around and it's like, oh my God, am I really like her? Um, it's one of those situations where for the first time in a long time, I had thought I wanted a drink. Um, because for some reason, the idea of never being a good mom or never being a good person around children broke my heart, and it made me feel like even though there were happy points in my childhood, maybe maybe th maybe it rubbed off on me, and then I'm not gonna be that person I always dreamed I'd be, Now we've got Carrie and I have gotten to an age where, I like children to visit but not stay because, I like my sleep, I'm old, and also it would cause a lot of health problems. Um, yes, Mike is telling his story, and he's very knowledgeable. He also has a lot of contacts that I don't have. Um, but I did it I I accidentally forgot to turn on my ringer, after I had done my live, and while I was having these crashing moments where the like a bottle of tequila sounded really, really good, and I'm like, "But I've tried so hard, but for some reason that sounds really, really good." Because I'm would have been a shit parent. Oh my god, thank God I didn't, do anything different from when I was a kid. Because oh god, I would have been a horrible parent. And that's all that was running through my mind is that I'm if I'm a bad parent, then I must be a bad friend. If I'm a bad friend, then I'm really a bad daughter. If I'm really a bad daughter, then why am I doing this? So I mean it's just, as Tommy from the lifeboat says, um, it's just fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and it made me realize that, I'm not gonna drink. I'm not gonna run to the bottom of a bottle. I'm not a horrible person. I just grew up very badly and didn't have, as Vaboop says, didn't have a positive role model as a friend, as a family member or a mother or father to look back on to know this is how I should always act around children. Um, and it's just one of those things where I found myself just in a bad spot. So I want to say, everybody, we all have bad moments, whether it's good or bad. Um, it's just one of those things where you just do the best that you can. I'm still here. I'm still at a spot where I am still 100% sober. I am still clean off drugs, and I am doing mental health checks. You know, I take myself out of the equation when I'm struggling. So that way I can get my bearings together and go from there. Um, so let's see some of these comments. If anybody has questions, we're gonna go into this a little bit more. Hi, Sandy. See your name. I don't mind seeing Poe Colts be Colton. Hi, Jamie. Okay, my mother, father was that way. Children are seen. Yeah, children are seen and not heard. That line hurt my heart because it was like, oh my God, am I that way? You know, um, it's 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 just one of those things. And then I'm also getting so close to the 1,000, and I was like, well, what if I don't make it? It's like, am I not doing enough? As I kept questioning, but then Vaboop gave me this little, hey, pup groomer, gave me this little nudge where she said, you know what, you've already got your watch hours. You've already done this. We all are fearful at times, basically the little sister thing and because I'm much older. So I get to be the big sister. I'm just saying. Um, it's it's just one of those situations that sometimes you just need a little kick. Um, and it's okay to feel like you need a kick. I love this one. Hold on. Um, Coltsby Colton. I love that name. It's like I'm kind of jealous of that name. You'll hit 1,000K by the end of the week. That's my goal. I mean, my goal is minimum 2 a day. If I can get 2, then they can find out about me. So, with that being said, I know it's Sunday Funday, but because I was having such an issue of what's going on, um, I wanted to try to make it a little get you to have a better understanding of the connection or the issues that my mom and I have. She's not the same person that she was. Um, and the one thing people need to take into consideration is she's also a product of being in a cult. She's a product of believing in something so bad that she overbelieves her intelligence. Like this should not make sense from a person that was almost a chemist. Um, but again, what happened is she had gotten married when she was at junior college. Um, because my grandparents didn't have the money to send her to college, or at least that's what they said. Um, then she meets this guy. We'll just call him Carrie. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good male name. But it's Kerry, just so everybody knows. Okay, that is his real name, just so you all know. So she meets this guy. They go to UC Davis together. She thinks they're going to be happily married for the rest of their lives. At least he was 6'3". Okay. Let's give him that. He was 6'3" and he could tan. So none of this whiteness. Um, and a snitch on my left shoulder. Hold on. Oh, I'll have to look because I don't have any snitches. Because snitches get stitches. No, I bought one, but I haven't finished building it. So it's hilarious that you said that because I do want to put it over this side. But if you're talking about right there, that's a pineapple. I had to have little pieces of my love in here. Um, and so while they're married, everything's good. They go to UC Davis together. She's becoming a chemist. Okay, so this is we're going to go with 77, 78. Okay. During that time period, it is now her senior year. She has 12 units left and she's done. She has 12 units, and that is a doable amount in a quarter. But for some reason, Carrie had talked her into dropping out of college and picking up 2 jobs so that she could put him through nursing school. And then as soon as he graduated nursing school, he was going to reverse it and she was going to go back for chemistry. Okay. Guess what never happened, ladies and gentlemen? That would be right. My mother did not finish college with 12 units away because senior, you know, Mr. Carey had decided that, you know what, even though my wife is working technically 3 jobs, I'm going to start stooping someone from my nursing program because my wife is always working. She never has time for me. Okay. That's I'm going to ask the chat. Does anybody think that's a good man? Anybody? No? Um so basically she finds out during his graduation, "Hey, I've been sleeping with someone else. Here's the divorce or I'm asking for a divorce. Her and I are going to go get married, blah 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 blah. Oh, by the way, she's pregnant." And that broke my mom because here she was working 3 jobs and doing everything that she could to put him through college and so he could do the same. And unfortunately, it didn't happen. So she was broken. My family did the whole bunch of, "I told you so. He didn't look like an honest man." Um, well, the wife should be home making dinner, not working 3 jobs. You know, the stupidest comments that you've ever heard. So her family basically said, "Ha ha." And that's when the church found her. Within a couple days of her being broken, she was handed a Dianetics book. She then said that she felt immensely better And this was the path she was meant to go on, not chemistry. And so she walked away and she started working for the church. We're going to call it a church just for my mother's sake, because she has been listening, guys. We're then going to turn around and now you have today. My mother is 72 years old. She's had neck surgery. She's had back surgery. She's had leg surgery. She had knee replacements. My mom is dealing with her own karma. Okay. I'm not going to give someone more. I'm not going to say that she's changed or say that she'll be different, but I'm pretty sure that she was just as broken. And who knows what my life would have been like if my mother had not done what she did, or if my mother would have never picked up and read that book. Huh, Mr. Denver, brother. Um, Freezy new project. Sorry, I'm trying to catch everybody in the chat while explaining. We'll do this one. I love you guys. So I recently got a letter or an email stating, you know, why do you forgive your mom? Why do you still help her? Why do you keep her in your life? We have each other for a blood relationship. Our relationship has gotten a lot better. I'm also not 8 years old anymore. I'm bigger, you know. I'm well, not like I don't want to say it like that way, the way I'm like Shamu, but I'm stockier than she is. I'm not that same person, nor do I want to go there with my mom. Right now, it's primarily verbal, but again, I'm going against what she believes in. I'm going against and doing the complete opposite of what she wholeheartedly believes in. And so it's just one of those situations where do I have other family? I have family that I've picked. And it's just one of those situations where um hold on. People are so rude. Question. Um can you send me an email? Not really sure what's happening there. Um but again, she is still my mom. And one of these days she's not going to be here and that will make me sad because part of my wish is that one day she'll be the mom I always wanted her to be. She tries the best that she can. And that's all you can ask for. Hey, Miss Red. But my chosen family, I have sisters now. I have brothers now. Um, and I have moms now. And anybody at a drop of a hat, knows Marilyn would, if I said, Marilyn, I need a mom talk, she'd pick up the phone. If I said, hey, Poe, if I need a dad talk, can you give that to me? Like something. So I have people that have become part of my family. So yes, Marilyn is a freaking doll. She's amazing. She's been through hell and back, but she still manages to find the smile. We've been through hell and back, and some of you have been through hell and back. And anybody watching this later on, guess what? At some point in time, you've been through hell and back. Okay. And it's just how you try to get back from that or try to come back from that. I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying to be the person I envision myself to be. A little weird, a little funny, a little kooky, some special voices that can remind you of William Shatner. I even do a Donald Duck. But it's just those things that we need. Because a lot of us didn't have that. I was lucky. Um, I was an only child, and that for me is a great thing because I wouldn't want someone else to have gone through what I went through. Then you turn around and it's like, okay, I made it through this far. I did this, um, whatever I can do to fix something or be a better person, then and only then will I be happy with myself, knowing if I did better. Okay. I do see a comment real quick. I want to grab it in case I missed one. Please shoot it in again. Freeze Unu Project comment. Liz will always, okay. She will always be your mom. All of us should understand that, yes, you have chosen family now, and that is greatest too, but no one should ever judge you for what you need to do. Again, absolutely. And thank you. Because if we're really judging this, then I haven't seen my dad in almost 20 years. But you know what? He's there. He's trying to get out. His DNA matches mine, and he's alive. As horrible as that sounds, because one minute he's dead, and then the next minute he's alive. So you know, it's just those things. I told my friend, hold on. I saw something about divorce papers, so I had to read it. The seventh son, I told my friend not to sign her divorce papers until he paid for the last year of school. Correct. Yeah, that would have been nice if someone had said that to him. Um, Other parents wrote checks because they didn't want to have a grandkid. That was a bastard. Wow. Well, that child would have had both a mom and a dad. Hopefully, if he would have been a man about it. Um, that's my opinion. You get yourself into that boat, you need to handle your responsibilities. Um, I do believe that I'm a decent human being, but I do also want to say that there are times that I wasn't. There was times that I was so broken, I didn't understand why I was so broken. I was on the outside world and I didn't understand it. Here I grew up thinking that lying was the best way to cover up the pain that I had gone through. And so because I continued with that, it was very like I wasn't honest with people and not or some people. And then you realize, "Oh my god, what am I doing? Why am I doing this?" And then you go see a therapist and well, not see a therapist, but you go to a group therapy setting. And I was trying to figure that out. And yeah, group therapy does not work for me. I found that out the hard way. I definitely need the individual therapy, but each person's a little different. Please don't think I'm bashing group therapy. Some people love it. Um, but it's just part of those situations. Um, I know a lot of people still want to know if, what's my next step with my dad. Um, One of them is talking to the person that just got his mom out. Other ones is to continue to grow. The more I grow, the more chances that they will say, "Your daughter's making too much noise, Bob. Goodbye." And then we'll figure out what we need to do from there so that way we can get this corrected. Um, but I do want people to know that we're all in this together. The reason I tell people is one to protect myself because if you know what's going on, then I have an actual record of what's happening. And then at the same time, I'm also letting people know so that they can keep their family away because guess what? That's what all of us need. Um, Hold on. Uh, what you just said would make a nice shirt. Which part of it? Would you know? Just saying which part of it. All right, Liz. Did you ever think about doing an episode all about your father, naming it "Going Over Scientology"? I did one. That was specifically on my dad. But if you'd like to know, I did find out a little bit more information about my dad. Because again, I haven't known him for almost 20 years. And some of the information, hey, Betsy, um, some of the information that I had was, secondhand or third hand. Um, so I did find out that right after high school, Sacramento High, my dad again joined the Air Force. He did his full information, um, or the full. I think it was 5 years is what they said. I did write into the military for the person that was helping me, or uh, helping me look that information up. I filled out the form and all that stuff. So right after he gets out of the military, he tries to get a regular job. It doesn't work. And so then he finds Scientology. And so he hadn't even been out for a month. Okay, not even a month trying to find a job, and he gets a job at, Church Scientology Oregon. Okay, the where he became staff. He was staff for a little bit, from what I was told, it was either 1 to 2 years, and then he also worked at Delphi, Oregon. Now, my dad graduated high school, so I'm not really sure what he would teach, definitely not phys ed because the man, he doesn't do weights or running, he does books, and that's okay because I got my love of sports from somewhere. Um, so that's filled in quite a few pieces. Um, but somewhere along the way at the Oregon, he had met a woman, married her, had a daughter with her. And in the process of all of that, he then left her or she kicked him out. Either which way, his daughter has never laid eyes on him. And that was per my grandma Eloise's letter um that my mom had received is the daughter didn't know him. But I'm thinking in that scenario, maybe he didn't even know about the daughter. Maybe they were going their separate ways and she never said anything to him because sorry, my nose is itching really bad. Um, I'm thinking it's one of those situations because when I was with my dad as a kid, and this is what I hold on to, everybody, I hold on as tight as I can. When he was with me, it was all about anything I had to say, or just listening to me talk, or listening to my wants and my needs, and trying to be the dad. Now, again, it was rough. I didn't get to see him very often because he was a Sea Org member. And by that, I probably saw him about 4 times a year, okay? For those of you that those men that grew up with their daughters or their sons, thank you for not joining a cult. But for those of us that our parents did make the decision to join the Sea Org, 4 times a week was actually considered pretty, or 4 times a year was pretty lucky. Um, that I got to see my dad that was at Gold Base. Um, or as I like to call it when I was a kid, it was just golden era, and that's all it was. Golden era, golden era. Um, but those times that I got to see him, he was a good man. He he had friends at every base. He had friends at the near AOLA, or at AOLA, friends at ASHO. Um, he had friends at Bridge Publications. Like he had friends, so there must have been something that you know, he did right because otherwise, why wouldn't he have these friends? Joni, I want to say, yep, I bought a Save Bob Fair shirt. Nice. I can't wait to see it. I love them. Yeah, hold on. Freezing a project. Claire said everyone liked him. Yeah, and that for me is a lot to say. Let me get this comment of yours. Um, but it means that he was a good guy. That means that he wasn't a piece of crap. So why would a piece of crap agree? Or why would a person that's not a piece of crap, sorry, I apologize, guys. Why would they not agree? Or why would they agree to let their family believe they were dead, to let their daughter believe that they were dead and not reach out? I'm telling you, something's fishy. I'm hearing all of these amazing stories, and I'm then hearing or seeing something opposite. So something else has been going on for at least 20 years. Free Xeno Project, comment. I know you did one with your dad. I meant to get the noise aspect to Scientology. Do we discuss live stream about your father? Talk about the answers to your questions. Answers questions focused on your father. Some questions I wouldn't be able to answer because I don't know him, but and some questions on stuff I'm working on I wouldn't be able to answer. But I answer as much as I can so that way you guys know because we can't let too many people know what's going on. Oh, guess who we see in the chat? Hi, sister. Thank you. I'm glad my internet looks awesome. That makes me so happy because the other way made me very mad. If you are not subscribed to the Gray Zone, please subscribe. Smash the like, hit subscribe on my channel. I made the 4,000 hours. So if anybody is listening to my voice as they go to bed, please smash up the Gray Zone. So that way she can actually get those hours as well. I would appreciate that tremendously. I did see that I was 42 subscribers away from 1,000. Um, so if you're not subscribed, which a few of you aren't, and that's okay, but if you could just reconsider, I got a lot to say. Um, I'm going to say the truth about what happened growing up. I'm going to say the truth about the fact that I was having a bad day, and I went to text my sister, and the first words that come out of my mouth were, "It just sounds interbulating." Now, interbulating for us means extremely upsetting, um, but it's a Scientology phrase that is used for me. It's really close to get your TRs in, you know? And so it's just that situation. Once it started popping out in text, I was just kind of like, wow. I do still use a lot of that vocabulary, and I'm 43 years old. Um, I see. Oh, Clearwater Chad. Hey, I see you. Hey, buddy. Um, but it's just one of those circumstances that, you know, you don't realize that you're doing it, and you don't realize that these are words that you grew up with only until someone looks at you and goes, that's not a word. That not beeth a word in the man dictionary, or woman dictionary either. But it was just kind of like, wow, I can't believe I said it. Interbulated is a kind of fun word. It is. It is very much a good fun word, but so is, so here's a funny joke for everybody. I'm gonna try to say it without getting demonetized or whatever it is. Oh, it's been 37 minutes. When I think something's gross, um, like you go to a bathroom and the bathroom's been destroyed and there's just no way to lay down enough seat covers to make yourself feel comfortable, I will say no, that toilet is it's gonna give me gonosyphilitis because it's no, it's gonna give me something's gonna grow, the bacteria, it's gonna and those are my funny sayings. But turning around and saying and realizing that I'm saying, interbulated, that I'm saying, you know, what are like how are my stats doing? Um And these are some things that I would also tell myself, like, how's my stat doing? Because my stat is to get to 1,000 for right now and then keep growing. But my stat for right now, or the goal that I set for myself, because it's not a stat, it's a goal, is 1,000 subscribers. That's a goal that I set for myself. Then the 4,000, but I happened to reach the 4,000 first, and so then it became my goal to get the 1,000. Now, after I reach those goals, my goal is to double it. It sounds weird, but for me, it's just like blackjack. Sometimes you just need to hit the card and see what you get, and then double down on times. It's sorry to give the gambling phrase, but I'm trying to double down. The further I double down, the further or the best chances I have that they're gonna say, you know what, your kid's making too much noise. Get her to shut up. Okay, you want to get me to shut up? You want to get me to stop? Free everyone. Free everyone. Anybody that wants to leave, let them walk out the doors. Let them be whoever they want to be. If they want to be parents, if they don't want to be parents, if they want to have the money in their account, if they had money walking in, they should have money walking out. They don't need to buy 100 books. They don't need to buy their own auditing hours because, per all of your policies, that is something that you're going to get as a reward for being on a billion-year contract. So if this is a reward for being on a billion-year contract and they're still having to pay for it, what is the benefit that you're giving to people? I know. I just realized it. It's the cockroaches. It's sleeping 6 people to a room and always having those rooms have a disgusting foot, like a athlete's foot from the shower, and no matter how many times you clean it, you always get it. It was great. It was great. Like, I was ammonia and bleaching I would bleach the floor and then, you know, spray ammonia in the room to air it, to clean the air. Um, but I'm not quite sure what they're supposedly getting as a bonus. Oh, it's the $50 a week. It's the $50 a week because who needs to be able to pay bills? Okay. Um, Geek diva herself. I love that. Okay. So you have a reason for these goals. They're not for you, not for some person, not some stupid abstract reason for fear. It's getting smashed upside down the head by community tyrant. Yeah, I like that. I like that. That's a good way to put it. Pop groomer, awakening by looking glass reflections. I just did the same thing. Okay. Um, but yes, freezing new project. My goal is to double down. Just double down, double down, double down. Um, oh, we have to grab this one because it's the sister and she likes to nudge me. Casually spray ammonia in the air to clean the air. That's so culty. See, I can't do your voice, V, but let me try. We're gonna try to make it kind of funny. Okay, so casually spraying ammonia in the air, clean air, so culty. Oh, that was probably all bad. That was all bad. But she has a prettier voice that I can't seem to reach. And I have a complex about my voice. I think it sounds super deep. Because there are times that I feel like I am talking in like a baritone. Um, and I wish my voice sounded more feminine at times, not gonna lie. But, besides besides that information, we have to do the best that we can, but yes, that is very culty. My mom still does it to this day. I can't stand the smell of ammonia. It bothers me tremendously. Hold on. I can't do your voice, V. It's so feminine. Like, yeah, no. Try a helium balloon. I know, but hers is like a nice tone. It's kind of like my love's. Like her voice is so soft and mellow that she can just be like talking and suddenly I just want to lay my head down and go to sleep. Um yes, it does smell like cat pee. It absolutely does. But supposedly it cleans the air. No. No, because the first thing that you do when you go have a cigarette or you go try to drink some water is it tastes like ammonia and it smells like ammonia. Um, so no, I can't do the cat pee smell either. I'm not a fan, but I'm also not a fan of the dog pee smell either. That's right, a snuggle voice. It is a snuggle voice. Um, but it's it's feminine and that is one of my again, so I'll let you know, one of my biggest pet peeves is I don't feel like I know I don't look feminine on the outside, like when I'm wearing my shirts, my cargo shorts, my hair. But then it's like I say, hi, it's okay, I'm a girl. And then my voice is still deep. And they're like, sure you are. Sure you are. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Okay. Some would say my voice is like, well, to anybody that says your voice is like nails on a chalkboard, tell them to suck it. And if you don't know what it is, look it up. How about that? Or you can talk to me about her voice. I would love to have a conversation about that. Just out of curiosity, V, how are you doing this evening? Like, you having a good time? How's the weather? The reason I asked that, well, I'm kind of giggling in my head. Um, a friend of mine said that they're getting ready for another rainstorm in Los Angeles and had to put sandbags around his house, and I was like, "I don't think so." Like, I'm looking at the weather. I I don't see putting up sandbags. Oh, Willie Weed, Xenu. I love the fact that we can also have a conversation for the fact we're just going to go off topic. We're going to talk about everything. And there might be some William Shatner in the chat. Um but it's also we can also talk about the marijuana, the fact that I do call myself let's just throw it out there. I am clean off of all cocaine. Okay? Um, but here's the problem. I have a disease, and they call it a disease that's called the suicide disease. And it's actually its true name is called trigeminal neuralgia. Well, I don't want to be on narcotic medication. And so you know what? Sativa, the brand of sativa, whether you're doing it in a gummy, whether you're doing it in a smoke, whether you're doing it in a drink, guess what? It numbs the body from pain. So, yes, I can still consider myself clean because I'm not doing it because of an addiction. I'm doing it because I have pain. Um, let's see, Liz, you need to do a parody of David Miscavige. See, and I don't know if I could do a parody because, like, how do you yell in two voices? Like you're just the worst human being I've ever met in my whole life. I don't know if that would work for me. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Because, he as far as I know, he just did a lot of yelling. Um, but I am definitely down to always try. I also did find out today that Poe used to, I know he mentioned it, used to do it the tattoos. Um, I love that, V. I better be one of the people you were thinking of would get it, but we still have to get the other tattoo that we're supposed to get first. I'm just saying that tattoo has to be done first. Um, nice. Okay, so you're talking about her onesie. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. Um, yeah, Nora does a mean LRH, but I don't have the. Hold on. Now listen here, no, my voice would just change, but his was always like, "Now listen here, everybody. I'm gonna give you a talk on the best situation that you can do for what you." Yeah, you know, I can't do it. Um, but it was that the LRH is one that I don't. I'll leave to Miss Nora, um, because I just can't do it. The things, yeah, Nora does with her voice. Yeah, I like to do the Shatner, only because it's William Shatner, and I grew up in Star Wars. I like to do the alrighty then. Does anybody have any banaka? I'd like to ask you a few questions. I do those, just because they're funny. Also my favorite is, I am Batman. Just because they're funny. Um, but we have an indica works for my constant pain too. Steve makes me okay, and that works a little differently for everybody. For me, I don't get any paranoia, but I absolutely get the pain reliever when it's through my face. Um, it's different for each person. Like some people like hybrids, some people like sativa, some people like indica, some people like to mix it. Um, More power to you. Each person has their own needs. Um, but um, I love that we live in a state that they're allowed to have some of their needs given to them. Because realistically, we're supposed to live in a land of free, you know, and some people aren't so free. So, to get it back to the topic, I was going through the list um that Aaron had posted in regards to um it's in regards to um the elderly people that were still stuck in all these separate houses, whether they're all over Los Angeles and they're paying 3,000 a month for their care, right? So here's the question, and it's not that difficult. Okay. You're willing to pay $3,000 per person to keep them secure and hidden, but you're not willing to let their family take care of them or be there for them or let know that they're alive. So if you're willing to pay $3,000, why don't you pay their family? Because you know what? They'll have 3 meals a day. They will have a bed, not a cot. They will easily be given the correct medical attention. And if you know what, you don't want to give the $3,000, there's state funded agencies that will gladly help with that medication, will gladly help with people needing the care to take care of their parents. Um, because realistically, as I'm going through the list with my mom, she's naming that she knows that person. She remembers that person. She remembers that person. Oh, that was such a sweet lady. She was a Knox auditor, and that's Knox is a different type of training. And it's just here they are, heart attack, dementia, cancer, and you're going through this list. And I bet you haven't said a word to their family. Like, not a word, not a peep. Like, hey, by the way, they're dying. They're all alone. Um, they're stuck in a room. They can't leave at all. So why don't you let the family know? Because I know I don't want to get my dad back when he's there, but will I? Yeah, I'll take it because if he gets to a point where he's even like that, I'm going to make a stink. We're going to take my 1,000 subscribers to 10,000 subscribers, and that's going to be my goal, you know, because I want every single person out that has family that's dying and that has been told that they're dead. I want every single person that no longer believes, that's just trapped there because they think they have no way out. I want them to have their family. Now, if their family chooses something different, then you know what? Contact the aftermath. Because realistically, these people should not be getting 1 meal a day if they're lucky. These people are sick. These people are dying. They need correct medication. They need care from someone that's actually trained, whether it be mental health care, whether it be pharmacy, whether it be, a doctor. Because if you stay in one place too long, in case you don't know, you get bed sores. And if a person doesn't know how to properly treat a bed sore, people can get sepsis and die. So it's a very bad infection. I do want to ask Goldie real quick because I haven't seen her put it in the chat. Goldie, where's your buy me a coffee? I asked you to put it in, please. Pretty please. Because we all know what Goldie does. She's on almost all of our channels. She's helping everyone out. So if you want to donate to her, give her a cup of coffee. I'm totally okay with that. If anybody is in the chat that moderates, please throw it in there. Okay, Red, can you remind her to throw it in there? Just let her know to throw it in there. I know that I've gotten a lot of the items from the wish list. I want to again say thank you to everyone. I'm If you want to buy a coffee, the listing is there for Goldie, for me, any of those. Okay. But I just want you to know you don't have to. You being here is enough for me. I put those lists up because I didn't know and people kept asking me to put stuff on it. So I put stuff on it. Whether it was stuff I needed or stuff I wanted. because I don't know. Um, but again, you guys just being here, spreading the word, taking, letting your friends know, hey, go watch this video. Hey, go do this. Hey, if you like it, subscribe. Wow, my voice. Give me a second, guys. But it's one of those things, man. I'm telling you, puberty. Um, if you're ever feeling like you want to drink, please reach out to or look at Tommy and the Lifeboats videos. His videos are amazing. It doesn't feel like AA. It feels like a safety spot that you can go to and listen to other people like you. If your mental health is in jeopardy, if you like me or were like that yesterday and feeling yourself wanting to drink or feeling yourself being depressed, and if it's something you're not coming out of, please call 988. Please, because I would rather have this conversation with you and sit and talk about everything under the sun, moon, and stars than hearing your eulogy. So please always remember that it's easier for family to hear you talk than it is to be there listening to your eulogy. Freeze the New Project. If you wish to help more, like there's always other things that you can do. There's so many things that you can, I know there's something to sign going around right now because I signed it. Um, but if you're just looking for a friend, you can always reach out to us. Um, and then what we say is that we do our best. You come here today and I do my best every single day. I listen to what you guys are saying. I also let you know where I'm coming from. Um, Mischief, I'm sorry. Thank you so much. Preach, Liz. I've lost so many friends through relapses. And so have I. So have I. I've lost family to relapses, and they've ended up having to go to prison, and I was hoping that while they were in prison they were going to get clean, and they didn't. And my family kept figuring out ways to get him out of prison, and he just went right back to the bottle. So yeah, it's hard. It's absolutely hard, and you see that person that you once loved going further and further down a drain. The difference is they have to be willing to stop. They have to be willing to reach their hand out. If they're not, you can try interventions, but if they're not receptive to the intervention, it can push them further down a rabbit hole. You could always call 988. You can always do whatever you need to do because remember, everybody needs help sometimes. Wow. Thank you, Liz. I love what you just said. You should we should all be here to support one another. You made me well, I'm sorry to make you sad, but we should be. I don't know what's going on with my voice today. But at least my internet's up. Um, remember, we are all human. We're all human. Sometimes humans fuck up. Sometimes they're amazing. Sometimes they're not so amazing. Sometimes they're mean, and sometimes they're vulgar. They're still human. They still bleed red. I almost said blue. Everybody, it's blue before oxygen hits it. Then it's red. So it's just one of those things where we all bleed the same color, and be nice to one another. If you see someone on the street that may be drunk and down on their luck, guess what? They're still human. Don't kick them when they're down. Don't spit on them. Don't do anything disgusting because karma will come back and bite you in the ass. Jen, yes, addiction is a horrible disease. And once you've got it, you've got it. And the trick is wanting something more than the addiction. I want to marry the love of my life more than I want to feel a little high. Oh, hold on. Hopefully that helped. I forgot to turn them on And I do like the pretty colors behind me. It makes me feel like I'm a little techno. But you're never gonna see like that flame, like the kid that plays the video games. That's just not me. Um, if anybody has any serious questions, like, and it doesn't have to be serious, it could be totally jokester. Like that's a ditto behind me. That's some hot tamales. Because those are my favorite candy. Are they battery operated? No. They plug in and they have this amazing remote, literally amazing remote. It literally is like you can put it to colors and all that cool stuff. Like I would change it, but then Carrie would have to wake up and come change it back. Um, and so yeah, I don't want to own that I boo booed it. Red, I'm sorry. My longtime friend is doing prison time all due to alcohol. It's very sad. Absolutely. My uncle did it a lot too. You know, he's spent quite a lot of time and he still wouldn't put down that bottle. Yep, hot tamales on top of hot butter popcorn. Never tried that. Color. My favorite color, it depends. Um, the is weird as it sounds, like ocean blue is one of my favorite colors, but I also love black. Um, because it's slimming. No, because I'm super pale and it tends to give me a little bit of color and make me feel a little better about the fact that I don't tan, I just turn red. Hope that helps. I hope you know how much we all care about you and getting your father back to me. I appreciate that because realistically, if these roles were, let's say these roles were reversed and any one of you was sitting up here spilling your guts and doing everything that you have to do to get your dad out, you know what? I'd have your back. I'd absolutely have your back. And if someone's tailing you, treating you horribly, I'm right here and I'm not backing down. I'm not taking a step back. I'm not, letting someone else win. I'm not letting people that have gotten away with knowing that kids are being abused and done nothing. I'm not letting people get away with the fact that they barely feed them. No. 800 calories again is not enough to sustain a healthy diet. I will definitely try the popcorn and cuz that sounds good. I might do it tonight. I heard people in meetings who have guilt in a blackout. I've heard some weird stuff also, and we just gotta do our best and support each other. About the Yeah, you get the black clothing. That's right. Us super pale people, it gives us a little bit of color. Besides the tattoos, it gives us a little bit of color. Makes me feel like it's okay. I can tan. Yeah, I can tan with a shirt. Joni, I appreciate that you guys are all here to help me. I appreciate the book so much. I cannot wait to read it. And the decoration, the wrapping was phenomenal. That was a big thing. But yeah, I can't wait to read that book. Um, I also want to let you guys know I took some me time today. Carrie and I went to a card store and I traded in a bunch of my other cards that I had copies of, and just primarily because, I had extras. So I took those in and I bought 20 packs of the Scarlet Violet 151 and I got one of the chase cards. So it made me so happy today. I did take me time. Um Carrie rested. We bought extras of some packs so that we can open them as a family. So I'm looking forward to that. Um but yeah, that's what I do for me time. For me time, I open up Pokemon. I'm sorry, you guys, about my voice. I don't know what this cough is. Um, I love Pokemon. I love comic books. I love my wife. I love my family. I love my friends. I also love my truck. Um, and I love that you guys are here listening to me, taking time to do whatever you need to do and just helping me get my dad out. Like, helping me means everything. Some of you have reached out. How can I help spread the word? Just smash that like, hit subscribe, tell your friends. Hold on, everybody. I'm truly sorry. All right, is that better? Nope. Well, we're just gonna go with it. Um, as you put a smile on my face because of what you said. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad I put a smile on your face because I love doing that. Jenna from Cali, you're a brave, fierce woman. Um, Proud of your stance and all of this. Glad you're taking care of yourself. Absolutely, because I have to. There's tough times ahead in this, and if I don't take me time, then something's gonna falter. As much as I want to get my dad out, I want to get my dad out with the idea that I'm gonna be in a healthy spot. Um, Not really sure about my voice. I'm pretty sure that it's having its mind of its own tonight, but it's probably mad at me because I said it was raspy and now it's making it raspy, all the good stuff. I should do a porn right now, like not the actual porn, but I think I can do the porn voice. Um, okay. Free Xenu project. Awesome that you do that for yourself. What kind of truck? I have a Toyota Tacoma and I love it. Um, it's one of my favorite things ever. I call it my midlife crisis because I lifted it and I'm a little old and I've had multiple knee surgeries, so it's just like one of those things. Um, See a doctor about your voice. I'm thinking it's allergies, to be completely honest, because my nose is having a little bit of issues today. So I'm thinking it's allergies. Um, Otherwise, it's a very sad joke that I'm going to sound more masculine than most of my male friends. Whoa, okay. What size tires? I have 35s. So I have a spacer and 35s. Again, it's my midlife crisis. If you're going to go big, go home. Like, if you're not going to go big, then just go home. Um, 31, 33. I have 35s. That's why I have spacers. But I had 33s on them before and it fit, but the 35s looked better with the spacers. Um 1 second. All right, much better. Okay. So everybody, we are now past the hour. I do want to say please smash the like, please hit subscribe. I also want to say don't forget to tip your waiter or waitress. Be nice to everybody in the comments. Remember, I love and appreciate each and every one of you. You being here, you subscribing, you helping me get the message out, spreading everything that you can. Um, we're gonna go with allergies, everybody. Um, it's amazing that you guys share the love and are here with me. Um, Denver, tape your waiter and tip the waiter. Oh, my voice came back for a second. And now it's gone again. Okay. But I'm gonna go rest my voice, take an allergy pill because I really think that because my ear and my nose are itching. Um, that's probably it. But I want to say thank you so very much, everybody, for being here. Can't wait to do this again. And don't forget, we have Tuesdays with Oh No Nora. All right. See you then.